Morning, and how are you, Masters and Motia? Today is a bright day yet again. I asked somebody, can money buy happiness? Never money cannot buy happiness. But today, we do have a conversation that will actually defy their opinion. I don't know what your opinion is. Na yetu yungeko onako lwalira Tina Omugenyi, and he needs no introduction. You either know him or you just do not know him. But he is an amazing, ambitious, enthusiastic. All you have guest to introducing about your Ngomanya. Ngomanya yajide mutanzi, yajide mokiro. But we are speaking about Dennis Duke Wanyala. He is the managing director of Sungura House Restaurant, where they give out fresh white rabbit meat. Now, I haven't tasted rabbit meat in my whole life, but I hope to on my birthday, which is just around the corner. To diving deeper into understanding this. He is a retired journalist. He is also a YouTuber and also very enthusiastic, especially on agriculture. Gweyetaze bya agriculture byonna yekamala byonna. Kuva wali nafe watuli sewala nnyo kosa number 0746405060 to join us in this conversation. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, Angel.
How are you doing?
Money can actually buy happiness. anybody that thinks otherwise,
yes,
money can buy happiness. Era ngamba nti mukama akuyambanga nnyo n'ozifuna. Usually abantu abagamba nti money can't buy happiness,
yes,
muzungu tugamba nti they are making an excuse because they do not have the money. But trust me, money can buy happiness. Imagine yourself on a yacht in the Maldives, nursing a heartbreak.
Yeah.
But you're in Maldives, remember? or on a ship in Dubai.
Yes.
Clearly. What the statement means, money can buy happiness, is simply to mean money buys you the things that make you happy.
Very true.
And what are those things? If you're not lacking, I want the newest designer watch. Yeah. iPhone 17 Pro came out recently. Those are the things that make us happy as human beings, very of course. But joy comes from knowing Jesus.
I love that aspect. The biggest, the eternal one is joy comes from, loving Jesus.
Yes.
Dennis Duke, how do you do it?
Well, by the grace of God. Because as a Christian, I do not lean on my own understanding and my own strength, but I lean on to the understanding and the strength of God through Jesus Christ. That gives me strength to do everything that I'm doing. Honestly speaking, it's not a joke. Why? Because a lot of young people in my age bracket are doing quite a lot.
Sure.
Quite amazing. But for me to stand out from the crowd doesn't make me any special. It just makes or means that I'm a little blessed, a little favored, and I do not take that for granted.
Dennis Duke, at what point did you take your life serious to be able to stand out of the crowd?
I don't really remember, but life's forces kind of forces you
to take certain
step up.
decisions.
Exactly. And then my favorite quote that I usually leave with my fellow young men and women is, nobody's coming to save you. Yes, true. Jesus came and died for us to save us from our sins. But from poverty, it will take your effort to step up and actually get out of poverty. It is you to save you. Nobody. Even your husband, your boyfriend is not going to save you out of poverty. Even your wife is not going to do that. Even your boss is not going to do that. You yourself, you're going to do it. And sadly, for some of us who come from impoverished families, quite humble backgrounds, we need to work
triple harder.
Exactly. Not even twice, but 3 times harder than anybody else out there to make a significant difference.
Yeah.
But also, one of the things that keep me motivated is I do not want average. I want to be above. So if somebody out there is looking at owning a house and a car, no, that's not my goal. My goal is to own houses, to have about 4 homes, have about 100 homes or houses to my portfolio. If somebody wants, their dream is to drive, this car, no, I want to have a fleet of 7 cars. On a random day, I'm like, I close my eyes and I'm like, oh, which key am I picking?
A BMW
It's a
today,
BMW.
a G-Wagon.
Tomorrow it's a Range Rover.
Yeah.
And somebody out there is like, ono yeragachi. No. Choyagala chikuseza. Whatever you want, you have to make it happen.
Yes.
And so they usually say, aim for the what?
Best.
For the moon, hit the star.
Wow.
So if you are aiming for, if I'm aiming for a fleet and I settle down with 4 cars, I mean, that's not ordinary. That's quite exceptional for me.
Yes.
Yes.
So here you are, Dennis Duke, the content creator,
Yes.
the agriculture enthusiast, and also, the co-founder of Songora House.
I love being called a team leader.
Team leader.
Co-founder is quite huge,
Like,
which is huge, yes, but I love
tell you
being,
what titles.
no, I'm not a title person, and I learned this from my former boss, my former supervisor, Emily Mwebaze. When I just joined the media, she was an amazing woman who welcomed with open arms and was like, Madam, she was like, hey,
Stop right there.
Call me Emily.
Nice.
And I call her, in fact, I stopped calling her Emily, I call her Manny. So she taught me one lesson in life: titles are not fancy. What you give people is what is more important. How to put teams together is very, very more important. So I prefer being called a team leader, other than
the co-founder,
CEO, managing director. You introduced me as like,
I thought you call her.
Wait when I become the MD of NSSF or something.
Yeah.
Right there.
Alati wakafunye Dennis.
Yeah, Kaze. And I was very happy that this time, the fund performed quite well. 13.5% per annum is quite a huge interest for us savers.
Yeah.
Of course, I do not have as much money saved because I really didn't work a lot in the formal employment.
Yes.
But it is good for those that have, huge sums of money. But even those that do not have, this is the time to wake up and start saving for your future.
Very true.
Nsobi jogendo kola ng'omuntu kutetegekera ku kaddebo.
Yes.
Omanyi mu Africa tulina ekyo ekizibu black tax.
Yeah.
It is an African thing, but we need to change a little bit. Abazaddebo is not your responsibility.
Very true.
But as Africans, it is just our way of doing things. Tuyamba ku bazadde baffe naddala nga bakuze. Naye lwaki olinda kumenya baana bo? Abaana bo bagenda beera n'ebizibu byabwe. Akati gwe nga bw'obafaako ennyo naawe weefeeko. Bw'oba ofuna akakadde etwala 2 galeke gagende mu NSSF. Bw'okulookingira emyaka nga 5, you can have access ku zino ssente nezirabika nga ate bw'oba ozifunye tozirya. Sizaakuba nti kati nzifunye kandye zino paka lwendifa. Nedda, you reinvest. There are unit trusts, there are bonds, there are different investments that are risk-free. Akagambo, quote the word risk-free. Wakati bw'onoofuna ssente ze za NSSF ate n'oziteeka mu business nga risk eri high, chances of you osobola n'okufa amangu ng'ofudde pressure because ozitadde wantu wezitalina kukola ki.
Bino bi quick schemes, quick money.
Kakati bw'oba okuliridde oyagala nnyo investments eziri risk-free. So tojja sobola zikola bw'oba obadde tosavinga. Nti kino ky'osavinga mu NSSF kikuyambako. Omuntu ayinza okugamba nze saving ewange nina bank account. Nedda, ssente z'olina ku account ng'ozirinako obuvunaanyizibwa nga anytime osobola ozi-accessinga. Ziyinza obutakula nga ziri. Ate bw'oba ozisavinze mu bank, unless you have a fixed deposit account, tezeeyongerako. So wano ku NSSF banayisogerera NSSF naye it is just a good way of saving because the fund has really
paid out
to be managing well people's funds.
Wow. We are curious to understand agriculture. Wakita walonda construction.
Byonna mbikola apparently. But my love for agriculture stems from where I come from. Banzala ndi musajja mugisu nva Bulambuli.
Orienne.
Bulambuli is from is in eastern Uganda. After Mbale, Sironko, deep. It's a beautiful place. Not because I come from there.
I like the way you're saying it.
beautiful place. We have hills, we have waters flowing all over. I think if Garden of Eden was to be in Africa, which actually is believed to be, then it was in Uganda, and not just in Uganda, in Bulambuli.
Never Nick for the ambassador wa Uganda tourism board.
Yeah, because I love Uganda. This is my motherland, but also I've traveled. Trust me, Uganda is beautiful. Leave alone the corruption, which is eating us, you know, like a killer disease. Corruption, mismanagement of funds, and not appropriating what should be done. You know, inequality is affecting us. But contrary to that, Uganda is a beautiful country. The weather, the climate is just favorable. I've gone to places, to countries. But that is because we are just blessed. God gave us a very beautiful. Otuuka entebe ku kisaawe n'oyingira n'owulira akawewo nga kakufuula kati ntuuseewa
baluddewo okufuula ambasada.
Tulina emmere ntambudde ndidde emmere. Uganda tulina emmere ennungi ate ng'ewooma ate ng'abantu baagaliza, abantu bali happy. Tolaba nti batufuze bubi naye ffe tweyagala tweyagaliza.
And we have a lot of freedom.
Exactly. So eyo gyenva kati agriculture tulima nnyo ewaffe. Tulina emmwanyi, tulina amatooke, era nze amatooke n'emmwanyi bye byampeerera vaawo nga nkyasomako awo mpola mpola ne bagulayo kino ne bagulayo kiri. So growing up twakula tulunda, twakula tulima, twakula tukola buli kimu. So when I grew up nembanga yo dream nkyagiyina, nkyabyagala, sibikola lwa ssente, mbikola because I love it. Naye nekijjiramu nti kati nabyo bikola ki binsasula kati ne gujja bagiba.
Nice.
That's how I go into the whole farming thing. But I didn't leave employment for farming. No, back employment, nesigala nga nkyakola ebintu ebirala. Then eventually I said, you know what? So you see, agriculture helps you in 2 or 3 ways. One, you're investing in real estate. Ettaka kugenda osimba ebintu naddala ng'oliguze. Yeeyongera mu value over time. That is number one. Number two, when you take agriculture as a business, nayo bwetyo bwekuwa. You can't reap where you've not sown. So it's a bittersweet journey altogether.
I love that. Some days when you're really hit hard, what keeps you going?
What keeps me going is I do not want my children to grow up in poverty.
Nice.
Yes, and as a person that grew up in poverty, it's quite bad.
True.
I'm trying as much as I can to omit the word poverty in my vocabulary. It disgusts me.
Wow.
So those are some of the things that make me wake up very early in the morning to fend for my children. For them to have everything, not to spoil them, but to give them just enough for survival and for better life. If I did not go to better schools, my children should.
Wow.
If let me tell you, one of the hardest things to do in Uganda is to make it. Or we start from zero.
Our mindset for wealth and generational wealth is
absolutely not there. So majority of Ugandans, nearly 99%, we start from zero.
True.
So starting ku zero kuyina bingi byekukola.
Time.
By the time ovaayo nawe n'otandika okubeera omuntu ekisooka obudde babugenze obonyeebonye tofunye na budde bwe enjoying your life. Okay?
Sure.
So njagala okukubiriza ddala abavuka bannange tozaala baana otaasobole kukola ki
okulabirira
zaala b'osobola naye nga si muwendo gw'abaana gwe gukufuula omusajja.
Si muwendo gw'abaana ogukufuula omusajja.
It is not the number of children you have that makes you a man. No. It is the quality of life you give your children that actually makes you a man.
Wow.
I oftentimes hear people, when I tell them I want to have as many children, it's not because I want anything. No. It is because nsobola obbalabirira era ndi mukola nnyo ndabike nga nkola ki obbalabirira. So I'm not telling you to have 2 children or 3. Just have a number. If you have 5, you want 5, so be it. But as long as you can take care of them. If you want 10, so be it. But do you have the capacity to take care of them? But not just taking care of them. What are you preparing for them? in case
deep
God
conversations indeed.
God takes you tomorrow, kikyobalekeddewo ekinasobozesa obbayambako obbatwala mu maaso either mu ssomero oba obbayamba nabo we bali babakuze nga balina entandikwa. Bannange tukolerere nnyo abaana baffe babeereko n'entandikwa. Sigamba nti I do not raise them nga mbaga nti ngenda bakolera entandikwa, but no, just have it in mind nti abaana bange bwe banaaba bakuze mbasomesezza bulungi, mbakuzza n'empisa, nga batya Katonda. What next after school? Njaba empowering kuba nti bakola nnyo abakozi. Nekyo nakyo, it's part of preparing them. Not just prepare them for money. Don't just prepare them but preparing for the world that we are living in. Abavuka bangi ensangi zino abamu fine emirimu tegiriyo naye n'abamu nabo beesuuliddeyo gwa naggamba tebaagala kukola bali because they were not prepared. They were not raised to be, you know, to face tougher times. Fe abamu tebaatukuza naye ensi yatusabulamu. Okitegeera bwe twali tukulanga tulaba tuyita mu bugubi bungi. Ensinga etusabula ne tugamba omanyi tuteefeeko kino na kino kyekijja kukyuka. Life doesn't change simply because obonyeebonye nnyo nedda. Life changes because you've come out there and made things happen. So ffe ng'abazadde kitukakatako okukuza abaana nga baagala okukola tubayigirize batye Katonda babeere bantu beerufu, because those are values that make up a normal human being.
You know, I feel it's the choices we make at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Our lives are full of choices. Which
brings me to ask you, webaluse okutuliisa ekisookera ddala.
Ngezaako munnange koleki tuliwo kulya. Actually, life is all about eating, honestly. What else?
Ate oba toliddeyo olabulira ddala ng'obulamu tebuflow ne obakuba ebifaananyi naye still.
Life is about eating. And me as a foodie, life is about eating.
You know, here we are atweyinzeeko ndowooza agamba omwami ono tetumutegedde bulungi ojja kumutegeera. He is the team lead at Sungura House, you know, restaurant. How did the name Sungura come about? Because very many business people struggle with getting a business name.
Yes, that's very correct. And bw'oba otandika business erinnya kintu kyankizo nnyo.
Kyogereko nnyo.
Lwaki kyankizo nnyo? Promise TV. It's a beautiful name. What are you promising us? You're promising us great content, you know, nourishing our souls and stuff like that. So promise kind of resonates with a lot, but also the promises of God and so many other things. The promise is a beautiful thing. So erinnya your business lyankizo nnyo because it is speaking into people's minds.
Wow.
You know, you shouldn't be letting. I love it when people guess Sungura, but they're like, what does Sungura mean?
Yes.
It's inquisitive, you know. Those that know. Those that don't know. But we came up with the word Sungura, or the name Sungura Restaurant, Sungura House Restaurant, simply because, number one, it was an era that was beautifully made. So here's the thing. Not that we did an era that we didn't know what we're doing, no. So when we went to URSB, the company, ekitongole ekivunanyizibwa kuwandiisa amakampuni baatugamba nti twali tutaddeyo Rabbit House, Rabbit Restaurant, bla 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 bla. Batugamba amanyago bantu bangi bagayina nga biriko Rabbit muddeeyo munoonye erinnya eddala etuba tukola ki etuba tuwandiisa. So bwe twaddayo ne tugamba naye tunaakola tutya nga ffe twagala kutunda kamyu. So Sungura is actually rabbit in Kiswahili.
Okay,
so
nice.
Twalaba Kamyu restaurant.
Ogenda Kamyu.
No. Tugambo manyi. Hatukozese one language, one word, Sungura, naye nga kiyina meaning eya rabbit, nga Abannakenya bajja tufuna, Abakongo batufune, bali batufune, but all, so Sungura is, oyinza okunoonya ekigambo mu Luganda oba mu Lugisu oba mu Kinga tekikola sense nyeeyo bweru Google tekimanyi naye nga Sungura bakimanyikibwa. That's why Sungura. Ate lwaki Sungura? Because tutunda emmere esinga ewaffe ya Kamyu. Newankubadde nti tulina enkoko, tulina embuzi, tulina fish, tulina pizza, tulina bingi.
Yes.
Naye nga our first initial idea was to sell rabbits. Naye nga kijja kitya because I have a rabbit farm. So try to get that with my partners to do a rabbit restaurant.
Okay.
To get market for our rabbits, but not just me. N'abalunzi abalala abali ebweru eyo era tubasupportinze ennyo, tubagulako ennyama, tubalabirirako obumyu. So basically that's how Sungura House comes into existence.
Wow. You know, I was just looking at the media, Nindabanga, there is careful details to how you package, how you slice those avocado, how you prepare. Ina kawunga. Akawunga katono gamba kanike kawunga oba kali akawunga kalimuko engeri. Like, how did you put or train your workers to have the mindset and vision of where you want to go?
It's not a simple job to do, honestly speaking, considering tinze mvudde mu background etalina bumanyirivu bw'okufumba. Siri chef, siri cook, sibaddeko na experience yonna when it comes to cooking. But or restaurant management.
Yeah.
But you see, you have to learn on the job. Whether you studied it or not, the job will always teach you what it needs. So, chetufaake nnyo is quality. In the food business, if you do not have quality, you are not in business. Because buli lukya wabalukawo restaurants ez'enjawulo. Abantu baagala nnyo kutryinga new restaurants. Naddala e Uganda tubuukira nnyo
ekipya ekiguddewo.
So okeeping otya abantu okusigala nga bajja, present good, always try to create new menus so that keeping it awo nga bagamba kano nakalya luli naye leero kandyeko kano, so that it's not monotonous nti buli lwe bajja ekintu kyekimu kituka omuntu nekikola ki nekimutama. So that's why we try our level best in detailing. Kati in the restaurant business or food business, food presentation takes nearly 50% of the credit. Nga n'omuntu tannagirya. Food is supposed to be appetizing. Nti bwe njirabako bwenti ngamba we form the perceptions. We don't let the taste speak. No, we form the perception first, and then of course the food is tasty already, but we want you to olaba ku social media nga kiri kipizza njagala era bw'okituukako n'okiryanga ddala mbutuufu kyetwakupromisinga ku kifaananyi ddala kyekyo. So don't do a mismatch nti abantu balaba emmere ewo etunula bulungi naye bagituukako rubbish. Tulina restaurants ezimu zetumanyi wano nga za bbeeyi mu Kampala
naye nga quality ne value.
Ne value nga tebaseera emmere naye n'ogituukako nze waliwo bantwalako ka birthday ku restaurant emu gye sigenda kumenya kuba tuli mu business yemu bayinza okulowooza nti sibaakiri n'oli emmere ng'olina hopes. Jjukira emmere ogenda mu bifo bino naddala byetuyita high end, expectations zaffe era zibeerera ddala waggulu. Kati bwe baasabinga emmere ekyamazima presentation was
class,
but the taste was peace. So abantu bonna naddala abaagala okutandikawo business y'emmere mufengayo nnyo appearance naye ate ne ku taste. They go hand in hand.
Both go hand in hand. You know, at this point in Dikuloza, because someone has just joined us and saying Sungura House Restaurant yatandika ddi?
Sungura House twatandika emyaka 3 emabega.
Nice.
Era nga tusangiwe Bukoto nga ku bitaala nga wakava ku bitaala.
Okedde tusalivatinga ku bifaananyi.
Yes, so twakabeera mu business emyaka 3. Profitability ya business eya restaurant ne survival rate budget rating okubeera low. In fact bw'ogenda mu banka ng'okyali mu mwaka gw'okusooka tebasobola nnyo kwesiga kuwa loan, because survival rate ya restaurant is very low globally, not just in Uganda. So bw'osuuka emyaka 5 chances are high nti ogenda kulama. Naye most of the restaurants don't make it to their 5th birthday, so tukyalina emyaka emirala 2, but so far so good. God has been amazing. I just love the fact that people love supporting me.
Wow.
I don't know whether I'm just a good person or I'm blessed, but people have supported me. Honestly speaking, simanyi kyenyiza kuwa abantu. Bampagidde oluusi ne bikusoobako enkya ne badda naye tetubitwala for granted. It's a learning curve. Every day we have to learn. Nti twatandika business nga tetubimanyi naye tuzze tuyiga nti leero bw'oba otufaultinze nti omunnyo gubadde mungi ekya togenda kugusangamu ku luli bw'otugaa nti buto yayitiridde oluddako kitegeeza tugenda kukola ki. So it takes time. Naye it does not just take time, it takes effort okulaba nti customer feedback ogitwala mu bulungi. Nze pizza zaffe bazaagala okufaako obufi okuzaama
nazirabye neŋŋamba
abantu nga 10 oba 99 bajja kuwana naye pizza nnungi bla abamu nga bakulimba kati gwe olina okwezuula n'oleeta enjo n'omugaa enjo njagala oli eno pizza. Honest opinion. Bw'akuba honest opinion togitwala mu bubi. Abantu abasinga naddala abaddugavu would do not take feedback in
positively.
Good faith. Yes. Feedback is feedback, good or bad, take it. I once had a manager nga bad feedback emuyisa bwe mwana nedda gw'omanyi nti tukola bintu birungi naye si gwe abiridde oli abiridde kati oba oli yagambye nti kino kibaddewo ekiti ekisookera ddala kyolina omumukolera because nze nasoma mass communication and journalism. Kati mu communication now tulinamu kye tuyita PR. PR olina okuyiga how people relate with things and how to connect with them. So kati of course ekyo nze kimpa higher advantage but I've equally worked in service centers kati mammanyi service
engeri gy'okuba handlinga.
So nga mugamba nedda oli bw'aba azze ne complaint tomu bashing nti afe tukola bintu birungi nedda mugambe tukkiriza batusonyiwe thank you for the feedback era ngenda kukola kintu naawe kenyini bodde eno gamba bannange chefu wakoze otya wano n'oddamu perfecting such that bw'aliddamu na ordering tasanga mistake yemu. So mbadde nkyakugira nti okola pizza 99 nga zonna nnungi kasita omu nagamba rubbish yo challenge eri mu mmere kati gwe tugamba nti bali 99 nga babadde newankubadde it's a good thing nti bangi ba-appreciatinze naye noonomu tomuleka kugenda find a balance, strike a balance to see how best can I make it better. Baga nti tewoomye lwaki tewoomye what were you expecting kikyesi meetings you get to know their preference bw'omanya preference ye fine there is what we call ekyabuli omu nti kino kyetukola naye ne customer abaako ne preference nomanya customer wange ono tayagala mbunzaali oba customer wange ono ennyama ye ajagala kati no forming your personal connection with your customers they will stay forever.
Wow. Well, we'll take a look at some of the questions that have come in. Someone is here saying ono gayi gwenda ba ku Twitter oba ono mwalese amfaanana bufaananyi
nze kenyini abwejumbira Dennis Duke omyala social media twesabula it's a social media
no feelings
no feelings no because my way of doing things is I'm sarcastic. I am intentional with what I say. I don't want to bully anybody online. But we have heated arguments sometimes. We have difference in opinions. What I think is right. For example, somebody else could be watching out and it's like rubbish. But that's okay because that is their perception of me and what I'm saying. But there's somebody else that truly believes in what I say. There's somebody that doesn't. So social media posanga buli omu ngawa opinion ye. So as a person that as social media enthusiast, I have to be very mindful of what I post, not to affect people, not gender bias, no. And the fact that I'm a journalist, really, I put in a lot of effort to know exactly what I'm saying, how I'm saying it. Before I text it. Yes. Apparently or unfortunately, not everybody is trained, so abamu batekayo for their personal reasons. I do not do anything for likes anymore. I just address things as they are. If people like it, they don't like it, it's all good.
And that's the difference, intentionality. Onagamba, tell the Sungura gentleman to deliver to your teacher here. Well, my teacher is watching in Gagamba. Maybe I got a yoka order from Sungura. This one says, I like the fact that he said he started 3 years ago, but I'm curious, how did he beat the competition? Because Kampala is no easy game.
So first of all, wetuli wokka ku kizimbe kwetuli kwakajjawo restaurants za mirundi ng'esatu oba ena.
Ekizimbe kwe muli.
Yes.
Wow.
That is competition. Number one. Number two, mu kitundu kwetuli Bukoto Kisasi Road kujjudde restaurants nga 50.
Wow.
Yes. Like tweliraanyaganye, we are close to each other.
Yes.
Which is absolutely fine. Now, whenever okola business, there's what we call competition. Your question should be, how do I beat this competition? Who is your competitor anyway? You have to define your competitor.
Doing a competitor analysis.
Nti fine, to in a restaurant, kizimbe kwe kumu to in a restaurant mu area yem, but that's not our competition. What is our competition? Our competition is we are competing with big brands. Like I told you, I love to aim higher. I'm looking at Cafe Javas. Why do they have over 10 branches and I have one so far? Okay, what is it that they are doing different? So I'm not looking at this location competition. I'm looking at a bigger picture. So my question is, how does KFC operate in over 100 countries? What is so special about them? What can Sungura do? Why can't it emulate the same?
I love.
So that is where my competition is. However, how do you beat competition? Always and always understand who your customers are.
Define them.
Uganda is made up of about 50 to about 60 million, individuals. That's a huge market. We cannot even feed it.
Yes.
The restaurants in Uganda cannot afford to feed the entire population. So that means there is a customer for everybody. Number one, understand your customer. Who is your target market? My target market is people that are looking for rabbit meat, best pizzas around town, amazing foods. Absolutely. Number two is always and always try to be better every day. The same way you started 3 years ago shouldn't be the same way. In fact, like I was telling you earlier, our customers that have stayed with us for these 3 years, yesterday the other person was telling me, man, I ate your food last week. Yo, from the one I ate the other year, there's a total mismatch.
Different.
Today, this is perfect. This is amazing. So it takes in a lot of time to perfect these things. Most especially mubanga tewasoma, because waliwo oli alina sente ze nga ayagala kukola restaurant nga tabimanyi.
Yes.
Si sente ze zikola restaurant.
It's
the dedication that does. Waliwo alina sente ze nga ayagala ku starting a restaurant naye nga teyasoma bya kufumba. They are not a chef, they are not a cook, they've never had experience like I did.
Yes.
Si sente ze zikola restaurant.
Wow.
The effort that you put in on a daily basis to ensure that your customers get the best is what makes a restaurant.
I love
Just
that.
because you hired a manager from Kenya, from Harvard University, does not make it. It's until you get to the lower ground to understand your customers' need. You don't do what you want, you do what your customers, you vibrate. As much as, of course, you have to have a direction into direction. Kati, Chechin, that leads me to the next point is always have a direction for your restaurant. What is it that I want to be in the next 2 or 3 years or 5 years? Then, how do I implement it? Because we munobeera nayo nga abakozi bo tebagimanyi restaurant ejja kusitagaringa. Ate abakozi bo, your workers don't make the dreams come true. It is your dream, you as the individual, that makes that dream come true. You only direct them, you only align them. And this is not just in the restaurant business. It cuts across the entire business world.
Wow.
Whether you're into construction, whether you're into real estate, whether you're into farming, bw'obanga gwe totegeera ky'okola n'abakozi bo tebagenda kutegeera ky'otegeeza oba ky'oyagala.
Dennis, some great wisdom being served here. Nga tuweza kukibuuza ekirala, ono agambye, you mentioned that you have different restaurants just around you. I also do run a restaurant, but customers don't come. I'm confused whether it's my pricing, my food, or I don't do customer feedback really well.
Now, that person is number one, consult with me, but I charge for consultation. Because again,
experience has to.
Nenateka move ugeze ku restaurant yo.
Yeah, taina kapande.
Maybe you know. So obudde wemba nyononye, I'll charge you for consultation, which is not quite high, but something small. But it's not about the charge that I put up. It is about helping other young people and other entrepreneurs get better in the business. So you started up a restaurant, you're not seeing customers. There's definitely something you're not doing right. Okay. But over time you discover, okay, what is it that I need to do? Again, businesses don't just work. Just because you set up a business doesn't mean that again you're thriving. And no, you have to put in the work. Number two, there are so many other things you can do. Number one of the things you can do is, do you have a signpost? The location.
Is it strategic anyway?
It's strategic. Because Osobolo better strategic in a very good location. Nainga is a bad location. It's good and bad at the same time. Good when it comes to directing people, easily accessible, but
Tawali parking space.
Tawali parking space. You know, and over time when we were starting, those are some of the things I didn't know. I want to wait to determine your parking emoji. But right now, when I'm looking for a space, in fact, we are looking at growing in the near future.
Wow.
Parking space should be, because the people that I feed, eventually I discovered who my customers were. Because we were doing an intern day, now this simani who my customers were.
Stray bullets.
Which again, Nakajira says mani who my customers are. My customers are people who drive, people who are middle class of people, not rich, not low class. Again, this is not to segregate in class because everybody can afford anything at our space anyway. But my kind of customers are ones who are driving, or people, you know, that class category of people, because the food is not cheap, neither is it, you know, expensive. It's just in the middle there. So if I don't have parking, ngenda kubansa zeka abantu abamu. In fact, banko Dennis mbadde njagala kuwagira munange parking yoteri wonze ngeze. People, you know, have, even me myself, I can want to, but if I don't have where to park my car, clearly I can't afford to leave my car on the roadside, but scratching simply because I want to support you. No, we have to meet in the middle. So maybe we're saying to expand to parking, your marketing is zero. Because man, nothing beats marketing and advertising. You can only market to people and get clients. But so what is your marketing strategy? Because I speak from experience. I'm a social media enthusiast. Because they know social media, I know the power of social media. Do you have a team? Or go kola preaching? As a CEO, learn to delegate and focus your energies on what you can. If your energy lies in providing capital for the business, so be it. Then hire somebody who will think for you, who will do the nitty-gritty the work for you. Because you can't be the CEO, the one posting, the one doing this. Yes, I know it cuts costs.
Micromanaging,
So you have to delegate and put your focus more on the things that not everybody can do. Okay, and that cuts across not just in the restaurant business, in every business. So like we cashier, we manager, we decision maker, we director. Can you imagine if you were the director and the photographer here? Or you take
we host.
We host. I think go vow, go call up camera. Go vow. That's why we have a producer, we have a director, we have a cameraman, and a control room person. Such that jine mirimu jonna jifuna ko omuntu ajiwo obudde n'agikola mu butuufu bwajjo mu bulungi bwajjo naye bw'onoogamba nti kati gwokola fine, you can multitask, but there's a limit to what you can multitask with. So weyagambye tusobola okukwatagana netulabikanga tuyambagana.
Already tuwadde ko snippet of the whole package. Moving on to the next question. This one says, my workers used to steal me. I want to know, Dennis, do you have a software system in place, and how do you manage the whole finances, supply, and the money that you have made for the day?
Amazing. That's a beautiful one. And that has crippled a lot of businesses. Again, I speak business, not just the restaurant, because I have a couple of other things I do. But here's the thing. You have, as a business owner, supposed to set up systems to help you safeguard your business.
Nice.
Now, whether I'm available or not, Sungura House should be able to stand and continue. God forbid if I died today, my partners should be able to
run
move the
it.
business.
Yes.
Why? Because we are trying as much as we can to put the systems in place. But before I die, I love to travel a lot. And even if I didn't love to travel, my kind of work entails that I travel.
Yes.
I was in Senegal the other time, you remember, a week ago. I spent a week there. What do you do when you're away for a week? You understand? I set up farms for people.
And guide them.
You go to Gulu and you spend a week. What do you do for the business? How is the business going to run? So you have to put systems in place. Just the POS system cannot tesobola kuyamba butakuba.
Then it's batategedeka POS.
POS ye point of sale. Nti waliwo machine umuntu apachingamu eprosinga receipt bichi. My dear, we beat people learn over time omuntu amanya na beating ezo systems, but you have to put systems in place from one point to the last. There is where you can track. For example, there is a stock book where I have all the stock for the things at the restaurant. Enyama nina portions 10. Enkoko nina portions bweziti. Akamyu nina portions bweziti.
Yes.
Kati gwe wano ne bonziba ojja kugenda, you will go with it. But when I come back, nze ngenda bugenzi mu stock book gye naleka. Ngamba wenavaawo wano ku 23rd twalinamu akamyu portions 10.
Yeah.
Ennaku wayiseewo you've sold portions bweziti. Sente ezo ziteekeddwa kubeera bweziti. So kati sente zino zibulako. Where is the mismatch? Who sold what? Where is what? Okitegeera naye nga nvudde eri. Ekyokubiri, chef talina kufulumya kintu kyonna nga tafunye receipt.
Nice.
Eraga nti bapakinze in. Kati chef bwe nzija n'ensanga nga teyatereka receipts z'olwo olunaku, because maybe in a month you have a day where you pin all the receipts.
True. Yes.
Nga nazo ziri maybe signed nti nze nakola ki nakola kweno order. So ne chef alina okunyinyonyola lwaki wakola ku order ate wali receipt. Okitegedde. So kati ebyo byonna olina kamera, bw'oba oyagadde kulaba kyaliwo ennaku 5 emabega, you just go back and say at such and such a time watunda kino. Lwaki sente ezo
tezireflecting.
Then naye ebyo byonna byakwekooya.
Wow.
The number one thing to do is when you're hiring, whom are you hiring? Have you done a good background check with them? Are they honest people? Are they trustworthy people? Because those are the values we look for when we are hiring. You do not just hire. You hire because of these values that we've talked about, honesty.
Oh, Dennis, I mean, this should have been a 2-hour show because it just feels like we are beginning to start. And you know, the wisdom that you're sharing in and the comments coming in here, but our time seems to be fast spent. So we have like a minute. Nando do Faith Agamba. Angel, is Dennis married?
Yes, I'm a married man.
Dennis, Faith.
I don't know if it's sadly or unfortunately or fortunately, but yes, I'm a married man to a beautiful woman, Tracy.
Wow.
And I have about 4 children, and it's just amazing.
But you know, people like good things, so. Okay, Dennis, this is the very last one. Why did you choose rabbits and not any other kind of meat?
Well, at the time when I was starting my farm, twice I got COVID around 2021. So ngebisale by'emmere
biri waggulu nnyo.
So netusalawo nti katukole ku rabbit because ne investment by then we twere comparing gye twali twetaaga okutandika enkoko oba ente oba embuzi, nga investment gye twali twetaaga okukola rabbits nga yo si nnyingi nnyo. Netusalawo, but that was the entire goal. But also when nali nkula nali ndabirira obumyu ewaka nkugambye nali mulimi ate nga ndi mulunzi, so twalinangayo obumyu. So kyampaliriza nnyo okuddamu mbikolenga business, because by then twali tulundira waka nga tulyako buli naye wano naye omanyi kankikolenga business, and it worked for me, honestly.
You had prior experience of this before?
Not necessarily huge, because by then we weren't doing it on a commercial level. The two are totally different. Commercially, there are some certain aspects, so you know, goberera, ate it is it right to goberera.
Na at least you Dennis you manyi what kind of food
they
experience
erimu tell you could just food. Experience gyenjogerako erina kubanga erimu bintu bingi kati nze experience erina just feeding, but feeding is not the only aspect. There's feeding, there's breeding, there is record keeping, there is management, there is, by the way, no managing n'abakozi. Naturally, no bango in more experience, because managing people is not an easy job, my friend.
Very
so,
true.
Again, you have to be intentional. Buli kyoyagala kyonna okubeera kisoboka okubeera naye bw'oba ng'otaddeyo omutima n'ogaa nti kati kino kyenjagala okubeera era n'ebikolwa byo n'ebigendererwa byo nabyo ne byalininga with your intentionality.
Nice.
That's the only time or the only way you can achieve whatever thing you want to achieve. Ate buli kimu kisoboka. N'okufuuka omukulembeze kisoboka. Bobi Wine mulaba awo ne muyisaamu amaaso. Kikola ki? Kisoboka.
Abantu bagenda gamba oli wa Nuupu.
Siri wa Nuupu, nze mpagira enkyukakyuka ennungi. President Museveni tukkirize tugaane akuze akaddiye akozeeko kyakoze.
Yeah, true.
Definitely. You can't tell me that Uganda is only dependent
on
President Museveni. Ekyo sikyogera because ndi wabufuzi nkyogera ng'omuntu ssekinnoomu era tebakukima tebankima. Bino ebigambo si bya TV, bino ebigambo bya Dennis Duke ngo ssekinnoomu. Tetusobola bbanga tuli mu ggwanga nga tulowooza nti President Museveni yekka yammalako. Nedda tulina abantu bangi. Abantu bangi basobola okuwolinga eggwanga.
Dennis, katubalirize show. What would be your last parting shot to business people?
My parting shot is business is hard, but business is simple, depending on the mentality you have.
Yes.
Abantu bangi naddala abavubuka mbasinkana ne bagamba Dennis business ngangumu biki mbabuuza kati bo abali mu business abakola bo bakikola batya. So business is not hard. Nga bw'ogamba nti nabadde njogerako n'omukyalo omwolwajjo ne mugamba nti nga bw'olaba nti okuzaala omwana kuzibu weta mu bugubi bungi bwetyo bizinesi bweri. Tolaba nti abantu bafiira mu makubo lwa accidents okuvuga ebidduka naye era ku makya by'olinya. There is that risk, okay? Tulina okubanaginga risk eyo n'okeera ku makya and have to make things work. Ekintu ekitayogera tekirina kukulemerera. Gwe ng'omuntu ategeera Katonda yatuwa amagezi, Katonda yatuwa obwongo olw'okuba nti tukola buli kimu okulabika nti tumanaging ebintu ebi happening. So business is not hard. We can actually make it happen. Manage your risk. Researching nnyo ku kintu ky'ogenda otandika. Totandika kintu because, well, Dennis yagambye nti restaurant business efuna kogwe ofunye emiliyoni 10 nawe ogitandike. Nedda sooka okukola okunoonyerezaako olabike ng'otandika business eyo ejja kunyumira.
Wow. You know, allow me to read some comments that have come in. This one says, so proud of you, says Ronald Jeremiah Kabogu. And then Faith Nandudu Alabika Yakumantide Hagambe, bring Dennis back. I'm loving the show. Thank you so much, Sunrise Show. And I look forward to getting Dennis's contact. Well, to Jackpot sharing, because 0746405060 Kubanga Otoyinga. We feel today's show was a bit like cut short, but it was so sweet. Mommy Dennis, we Kubanga Zeko business treasure. Onakomao.
Nze wendi kubanga ntiraga abantu nti there's nothing I can give the world apart from the knowledge I have. Kijja kunyiza nnyo nga nfudde nga abantu tebaganyuddwa mu biki bye mbadde experience gye mbadde nayo, so anytime I'm available.
Wow, friends, family, this is all we had for you today. Just a part of what we had for you today. Now, Dennis, we have enjoyed him, but we have just got a small bit of entirely what he has for us. Welcome to Promise TV. We're going for a break, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow in the morning. And coming up is the kindergarten. Stay tuned.